Hello. Welcome, friends. How's it going? How's everybody's weekends going? Can you guys hear me? Can you see me? Are we live? Is it good? All right, great. I got a new audio setup going with the people who are in the call with me, which you'll hear in a couple minutes. So if anything sounds off, please let me know. Welcome to OMS Task 3 results. For anyone who's new to the OMS sphere, it stands for the Ocarina of Time Master Series, and it's a series of 10 challenges over the course of the first 20 weeks of 2023. Each challenge lasts 2 weeks. You're seeing Task 3 right next to me right now, and for each task, players will compete to come up with their best time that they possibly can in those 2 weeks and submit to a leaderboard where they'll get points depending on how well they do compared to everybody else in that task. And at the end of the 10 task series, the players with the top number of points on the overall leaderboard will win cash prizes. And the crowdfunded portion of the prize pool just crossed the $1,000 threshold a couple days ago, which is super exciting. So thank you to everybody who participated in that. The crowdfund link is available on the stream layout right below if you want to donate to the players prize pool at any point from now until the whole thing ends in May. Thank you for the happy birthday. Yesterday was my birthday. I turned 31 years old, which I'm surprised that I'm even speaking right now and I'm not just reduced to a pile of dust, but seems to be working out. Okay, so task 3 was called Bug Collection, and the goal was to drop bugs in all 10 of the soft soil patches around Hyrule, but there were some interesting restrictions here. The restrictions were that you're never allowed to have anything except bugs in any bottle. And every time that you catch a bug, it has to be in an inventory slot which has never yet held bugs, which is interesting because there's only 4 bottles you can even collect in the game, and 3 of those bottles require things in those bottles that aren't bugs right off the bat. So you really only have 1 bottle available to you. So the idea was that you have to find other items that you can dupe bugs over every time you want to catch bugs again to go drop them in a different patch. And of course, no RBA, because RBA just gives you way too much bottle freedom, and I wanted to restrict it even further. So that's the task. We have our top 4 all being played back live, along with my benchmark time for this race. Any player who beats my benchmark time will get extra points on the leaderboard for this task. I have 2 people of the 4 in call with me, and let's switch over, and right away you're going to see all 5 runs begin. Okay, so in call with me today I have Count and Juke, and I totally started the timer a couple seconds late, but that's okay. Guys, hello. Can we check to see if audio is working?
Hey guys. Hello.
Ooh, it seems to be working. Wait, Count, can you say something?
Hello.
Juke,
Everybody?
can you say something?
Hey.
Oh, yes, it works. We have working audio indicators. You can tell who's talking now, which is super cool and exciting. We have technology working on our side. Very cool.
We're really living in the year 2023.
Can't see video 5. That's true. I will get rid of the ads so that you can see video 5. Video 5 is my benchmark time, which I will occasionally cover up with just some promo stuff for OCS, if it's Bullring or whatever. Call voices are slightly loud. Okay, I will turn them down. Thank you. Alright, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so guys, talk about what you thought about this challenge and what your thoughts were here at the very beginning.
I thought this one was really cool. I liked the creativity of this task. I liked how simple the goal was, and yet like how many different ways you can approach it with like the items you can choose to go for. I thought that made it just very interesting to route and to run. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah. Oh, we have to do the prediction.
Yeah, prediction.
Before we get too deep in here, Count, Juke, Tub, or ZFG are your options. So go ahead and predict. You got 5 minutes. Jude, what'd you think about this task, and how were you approaching the routing challenge?
For this one, I wanted to keep it simple. Honestly, didn't want to overcomplicate it. I didn't even cost time bombs initially, but then I saw ZFG do it, and it looked fast. But at that point, I was already committed to the this route, so I
Yeah.
just stuck with this one. I continued doing runs on the last few days.
Yeah, so it seemed like there were two big routing options at the upper level. There was either you go get bombs in Death Mountain Crater, which is or in Dodongo's Cavern, which is decent already because there's a soft soil patch right outside, right? So you're kind of going in that direction anyway. And then later on, you get ice arrows from Gerudo Training Grounds on your way to the Spirit Temple soil patch. As you can see in my benchmark, I chose the other option, where I'm doing Decatry, and you'll see that I'm going for Slingshot instead of bombs, and the Light Arrow Gim instead of Ice Arrows. So those were like the two main choices, I think, as far as the fastest possible routes.
I think there was another option that seemed pretty hard, where you would do bombs and what else? Bombs and Gim as well, and you wouldn't do egg.
Oh,
But
true.
I
Like
don't
you
know.
have to
Gim and
avoid
Deku?
Castle.
Yeah, with Gim. I don't know if it was fast, but it was pretty hard.
Yeah, Castle was an interesting challenge routing wise because of the time of day aspect. So there's only so many times you can go get the egg.
Honestly, the worst part about my run was probably the start.
So Juke,
I was like,
you are also in Degatry going for Slingshot. Did you do Light Arrow Gim as well?
no.
Okay. Is that just a personal hatred of Gim, which is totally understandable?
I'm not good at it.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not gonna get good in like a week.
It's hard to make it faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Because you got to do double Gim as well, because it replaces the. Oh no, you can't do double Gim because the blue potion bottle. That's right.
I think you do Gim and DC Hover as well, Tob. And Skip Egg.
If you were allowed to have stuff in bottles besides bugs, then Degatry would be even stronger because you could get the blue potion bottle a lot faster than you could get the cack bottle.
Yeah, but the restriction of only having bugs or nothing in a bottle at any point definitely locks in the Kakariko bottle for all routes.
Yeah, definitely. Because the bottle from the ranch gives you milk right away. The bottle from Lake Hylia gives you the letter right away. So there are not too many options. And then of course the adult bottle, if you for some reason wanted to go adult in this route, it's locked behind Big Pose. So yeah, the cack bottle is the only one you can get with only ever having an empty bottle in your inventory.
Yeah, the restriction was good. Without it, you'd probably do Gim and Ruto's letter, maybe. I don't know about Cack Bottle. But maybe it's faster than getting another item as well. then the challenge becomes just getting bottles, basically.
Yeah. I wanted a challenge where you have to get lots of items, and this felt like a fun way to do it. It turned out when I came up with this challenge, I expected it to be longer, but the fact that it turned out so fast is really interesting. Like getting 10 items and visiting 10 places literally as all across the whole world in not to spoil it, but very fast. It was surprising. It seems like something that might take longer.
Yeah, a lot of the items are just really quick to get, and there's not a lot of cutscenes or downtime in the run, so
Yeah.
it ends up being pretty quick.
Yeah, Greg and Chad also mentioned not having to go adult helps a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like gameplay wise, it wasn't shorter than the previous ones. It was probably even or maybe even more gameplay, honestly.
Yeah. But it's just, go mode the whole time.
Yeah, there's no cutscenes.
Pulling ahead with the strength of blank A right now.
It's already cheating. What the heck?
I love that top has been top 4 every time because when I was coming up with these challenges, I didn't want just it to be VC all day because it's not fun if people literally can't compete. But I also wanted to make sure that I didn't only make challenges specifically with the idea of prioritizing N64 because like there's only it limits what's possible, so it's hard to find a balance, but it's really cool to see N64 represented in every single one of these races so far.
Yeah, can we talk about counts? Scope push.
Yeah, the little setup list sword setup, or setup list with a stick. Did you like measure how wide the range is for that?
Yeah, it's not that bad, the eyeball. You just kind of line up Link's ear with like the chain.
You just kind of do it, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. It usually works.
I missed how you got ahead of me, Juke. Oh, that's right, you didn't do GIMP. I remember now. So I guess
yeah. I
did
still
you
have to
do?
get Ice Arrow.
Yeah, you did light arrow, right? Or ice arrow, yeah.
So we basically did the same thing, except the game.
Yeah.
And I'm probably gonna lose then.
So ZFG got rupees here in the lens room. Did you do that as well, Count?
Yeah.
What was the rupees for?
You buy something later on.
I think it was for notes or something.
I don't know if I should say, but yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You gotta buy an item later on.
That makes sense. That's something, since I went to Decatry, I didn't have to care about.
Yeah, that was the strength of Decatry. It gives you nuts and it also gives you sticks, so skull push is not a problem. You don't have to do non-initial stuff.
It definitely made the beginning a little bit easier, especially if you avoid GIM. I'm also not that good at GIM, but that's the beauty of making low-tads for these benchmarks, is that I don't have to care about what I'm good at. I tried to do everything at like a human level though, so I 2-pause GIM, like one for the vine clip and then one for the vine grab, which
yeah, I think that's the way to that's the way to do it for sure.
I'm not trying to be like a defeat Ganon world record holder over here.
Yeah, no.
I honestly still don't even understand how to do like whatever zero bob nonsense that they do in that category. It's like they just like get the dive cancel and instantly grab the vines, and it's like the same every time. But I feel like no matter how much time I spend studying GIM, it just never makes sense to me. It's too complicated. DFG already hessing up Keck. I really like this lunch storage skip into Death Mountain. It's something that like I always forget exists because it's the guy's lunch storage is still relatively new, and it's so rare that you actually have to use it.
Yeah, this isn't used in like any categories, so it's pretty niche.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Ooh, that was quite a yes. we got to say hi to every single tech title along the way. So we're gonna get to see kind of like the central core routing point of the route that Count and ZFG are doing here. It is getting bombs. It's hard to get bombs quickly as Child Link, just because climbing DC is no small feat. But this is how it gets done. How precise are all these hovers?
They're not very precise. You get an ESS shuffle, which is 2 frames to hold ESS down, and then you flick down, and you can pause 1 or 2 frames after you input down before Link starts turning again. So there's nothing frame perfect about them.
Is this jump new? Was this discovered for this task?
Yeah,
or was it already known?
yeah. This jump is new, I think, because before we were doing like a chew hover to backflip up onto that head.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can just jump. I think the adult setup for that jump wasn't working as child, so people thought it wouldn't work for a little bit. But then I saw TKC do a setup for the jump.
Nice. Yeah, I guess it makes sense that it should be possible because adult and child Link, I think, jump the same way. I think it's like the same jump. So the only difference would be like how close you can get to the walls as child or adult Link. Let me hear some predictions about how many people beat the benchmark. Because in the last 2, it was 7 people each. And so the way benchmarks work, benchmark points rather, is there's a pool of 50 points that gets distributed among everybody who beats the benchmark. So with 7 people each beating it, it was worth 7 points for the past 2 times in a row. Yeah, 69, good, nice. 8, 5, 3, 6, all good numbers. Beating a benchmark with Gim. The thing about my benchmarks is that, like, I'm not trying to make them totally unbeatable, because that would be kind of lame. Like, I want people who do well to be able to beat them.
Wait, are you not doing the graveyard now?
I did graveyard before bottom of the well.
Oh,
actually.
before, okay.
Yeah. We got Juke doing the crater. It's cool to see how much the routes have diverged. Everybody is in a completely different place right now. It's a little bit wild. There were a lot of options that all ended up being extremely similar in time here. And there's an interesting bit of trivia about the Gerudo Valley one, which we'll talk about right after all the runs. ZFG found something that potentially broke the puzzle, but luckily I'm in charge. I'm God, so I just banned it.
Yeah, it seemed like it definitely broke the main rule.
Yeah, it was like, it definitely fit the wording of the rules, but it didn't fit the spirit of the rules at all. People get to watch my run before doing theirs. No, the benchmark is totally secret until right now. This is the first time anyone's seeing my benchmark. What were you saying?
I actually forgot.
Rip.
If it's important, you'll remember.
Yeah, it's probably not important, I was gonna say.
So it's interesting that the DC hover, you have to spend all of your chews in order to get bombs, but then you have bombs for the rest of it, and bombs are usually nicer to work with, I think, in most situations for like Hessing and things, especially because they just explode faster, and you have more of them, and they're replenishable or whatever. So I generally prefer having bombs, but since I went for the Decatry route instead of the DC route, I had to make do with just the 10 chews that I had. And Juke, you did the same, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think bombs
pretty challenging to route the shoe usage.
Yeah.
Like find the best time savers with them.
Bombs definitely just help movement a lot with all the Hesses. And you
Yeah,
also
like,
have access to super slides.
True.
yeah, with bombs, you basically could do every single Hess possible, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, which is
Especially
you
because it
basically
came,
have to cut down the bad ones.
especially because it came like literally right after the bottle. Like you get choose and you immediately go spend them on getting bombs.
The route I ended up doing was, it seems like pretty weird. Because like
Hey,
it
you made
goes
top
to
four. It should have been. It was good no matter what.
I think it was the fastest way to do the items that I did. I tried so many different orders of doing things, and I think going valley into lake into river and then getting egg is the best order, I think.
Yeah, it seems almost counterintuitive to go to Valley and then not go to Spirit Temple, you know? Like, that's kind of big brain. Am I going to explain what ZFG found that got banned? Yes, as soon as the race is over, I'll explain what ZFG found that I had to ban, because it wasn't in the spirit of the rules. So interesting point of this challenge, which isn't mentioned on the image there, is that if you look on ZFG stream in Zora's River, that soil patch in particular doesn't give like a success sound when you drop bugs into it. It actually doesn't accept bugs because there's no gold Skulltula that comes out of it for some reason. It's the only one in the game like that. I had used the success sound as like, okay, you drop the bugs in the right spot, it counts for your run. But Zora's River, there was no success sound, so I just said, like, just drop it somewhere nearby. I wonder why they decided to not put a Skulltula in that one. I wonder if it's like an oversight, or if, you know, because I guess there's another Skulltula just right there next to the tree, or in the tree, you know? But
Yeah. I don't know.
seems like a weird choice when the other 9 all do it. Verifying these runs was a bit of a challenge, so I had to make sure that all the success sounds happened on every patch. I had to make sure that everybody used a different model every time. It took a little while, but we got through it, luckily. The guest's mic is much louder than mine. I can turn them down again. Sorry. Audio is the hardest thing of streaming, I'm telling you. Just mute him? Yeah, alright.
Dang.
We see Top dying in Zora's River to go back up to the top. I think that turned out to be like somewhere between 10 and 15 seconds faster than climbing back up the river. But it uses an explosive. Even with choose, I think it was best to use one of the choose there though. Like a 10-second bomb choose. Pretty good. Game audio is kind of quiet. Yeah, I could turn it up a little bit. Game audio is not super important, I guess, because it's like it's just mine, you know? I'm just choosing mine by convention. Did you guys think there was like a hardest part of this challenge that, you know, gameplay wise, that you lost a lot of runs to? I assume maybe count for you, maybe DC cover, or
I don't think anything particularly stuck out as like super difficult. I think it was all kind of evenly spread out.
okay.
I didn't lose too many runs to like particularly DC hover or anything. I think it was pretty evenly difficult throughout the run, just to keep up and hit every Hess, and you know,
Yeah.
just play generally well throughout the whole thing. That was the challenge of it, I think.
Jude, what do you think?
I killed 2 runs to Wasteland Hess. They were on good pace.
Wasteland Hess is a toughie, yeah, definitely. Was there a lot of collaboration for this task? I think that there was at least some. Did you guys talk to too many people for this one?
We had a couple of people trying to route stuff in the beginning, and then ZFG also did some routing, and I kind of just went off of that towards the end.
This was a cool little routing decision on my benchmark here. I went in the tent first as the first thing I did when I got to Valley, so I could set my respawn point so that when I go down and use that soil patch, I can die and respawn back up here. I think that was a little bit faster than respawning back at the entrance.
Yeah, I think it was like 3 seconds or something.
And I also had to do Coco Jump because I couldn't spare a bomb shoot. But honestly,
Oh no.
Coco Jump, with I've been getting pretty good at it because we do it in glitchless too now, and it's not slow at all. It's barely slower than the ISG hover.
That's interesting. I guess not having like a super long setup definitely helps.
Yeah, I think it's actually faster than the bomb one because you don't have to wait for the bomb to explode. Because the chew, explodes on the lady.
Well, the way I did it was I got ISG off the sign at the beginning, and then I pulled the bomb like when I stepped onto the bridge during a backwalk.
Okay. That makes sense.
So I could kind of not have to wait as much.
We've been doing it in glitchless for almost 2 years. Listen, Greg, I've got like a decade of glitchless history all mishmashed inside my brain. I don't remember anything anymore, okay? Is this side hop jump slash to get into GTG frame perfect?
The setup I was using was 2 frames.
Okay.
It depends on the position. Like if you're slightly off, it's 1 frame, but like the 2-frame position is pretty precise. That's why I like to take a little bit longer to line it up personally.
Makes sense.
Actually, now I remember what the hardest part of the run. But like, it's not really a run killer because you don't have to do it. It's only it's 10-second time save in the route I did. It's the Garden City has. That shit is hard because you can clip out of bounds in like 2 places and void. And
Yeah.
It's so bad. And in this route that I did, you also have to equip swap shoes just to be able to do it. So it's like a commitment to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, quick swapping the explosives so that you can keep them even after you dupe over them is a really, really cool idea. There were some routes that also like got sticks early to dupe over them, and then went and bought another stick from the Kokiri shop later on when they did the Kokiri soil patch. So they can like get their sticks back even though they already duped over them. And then while verifying, I would like check their pause screen at the end and see only 9 bottles, and I was like, wait, what? What happened? What was my favorite task so far? I think my favorite task so far is the one that's active right now. The one that's active right now is definitely the most complicated one, routing-wise, I think. And it's the first one that like can really make use of some bigger glitches. Yeah, it's 1 week left in task 4, so it'd be cool to see how this one ends. I think we're getting pretty close to the end here.
Yeah.
Looks like Mr. Count LG is coming up on number 10. I can't believe you managed to come in first place for a change here, Count. Well done.
I know, it's pretty wild. I didn't expect to get first this time.
The 26, the only person to manage a 26. Extremely well done. Congratulations on win number 3 in a row.
I honestly can't believe that. I didn't think my run was like... I was kind of worried it wasn't quite strong enough to close out another first place this time, but
Wait, that wasn't strong.
it's a pretty fast route, to be honest, so... Yeah.
ZFG closing in on the last thing. Tob dumping. Number 2 goes to Mr. Top 3000. Number 3, only a handful of seconds behind ZFG. And Juke bringing up a very respectable 4th place. We'll watch it to the end. But will he beat my benchmark?
I targeted the goal on a dead has at the end. I was so mad. Because it was sub 28 base until that happened.
Oh, dang. Close. Juke coming in 4th. Also beating the benchmark. My benchmark is going to end on the one outside DC, just like Juke did. My benchmark time was, if I remember correctly, a 28:44. And there were 5 people who beat it this time. The top 4, and then RTA was the last person to beat the benchmark. I think he had like a 26:11 or 26:09 or so, or 28 rather, 09. So just barely missed top 4 there. So this benchmark was worth the most points out of any of them. Since only 5 people beat it, it's worth 10 bonus points. So top 5 will get 10 bonus points this time around. Very cool. So the next thing I want to do is show off the leaderboard. Before I do that, Count and Juke, do you have anything else you wanted to say? Because I think when I switch over, your audio sources won't be in the layout anymore, so I think they won't be able to hear you. So if you got anything else you want to say about this task, feel free to do so. And then I'm going to switch over and talk about the leaderboard and also ZFG's funny discovery.
Just GG's to everybody for participating in this one, and I had a lot of fun. I thought this one was really cool.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Yeah, GG's. This one was a good one. Pretty fun one.
Nice.
I enjoyed this one more than the previous 2.
Cool. All right. Thank you guys for joining comms. I'll talk to you later.
See ya.
See ya. All right. So we're gonna reveal the leaderboard now. Let me go ahead and get this ready. Oh yeah, let me resolve the prediction real quick. We had 75% of everybody vote for Count, and the outcome was indeed Count LG. Congratulations to everybody who won channel points. And then let's go ahead and reveal the results. So I think all I gotta do got one thing to do. And then the results should be live for everybody who's on the website. The website is OOTmasterseries.com, by the way, for anyone who's looking on their own. Okay, there's the results. Task 3, Bug Collection. Count LG in first place with a 26:55. Tob in second, ZFG in third, Juke in fourth. RTA, the last person, just missed top 5 by a couple seconds, but coming in under the benchmark time. So plus 10 to all those guys. And yeah, top 10 looks like that. You can see the change in everybody's placements from the last task right here. Most people staying within a couple places of where they were. Chalanswa coming in with a nice 8-place increase. Tom coming in with a 9-place increase. Very good. Oh, my webpage froze. All right, we're good. Cool. And then on overall, let's look to see how people are doing. ZFG moving up a couple ranks, eking into the top 5. Juke remaining exactly 5th place. Top 3 remaining exactly as they are. I think this one was the smallest race we had so far. There were 29 entries overall in this one. Hopefully we can drum up some more interest for the next ones. They are going to get a little harder, though, so I hope that doesn't deter people from joining. But, of course, the initial hype of the whole thing is over, so it's expected that it's not going to be as big as the first one. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is talk about the thing that ZFG found. Switching over here real quick. Let's use the hastily put together layout. But I just wanted to show this real quick. Oh. Sorry. Shit. Is it better now? Shit. I'm sorry if I blew out anyone's ears. Audio's hard, dude. It's hard. I'm going through like 8 layouts on this stream. I'm sorry. Okay, so let me grab some bugs. At least it was a nice sound. The Gerudo music. Everybody likes the Gerudo music, right? Yo, Quizzle, thanks for this up. Okay, so if you look at this soil patch right here, right? If I go ahead and drop these bugs, it's gonna make a little jingle sound to say that you dropped the bugs in the right spot, right? And I had originally worded the rules to say that it only counts to drop the bugs on a soil patch if you get that jingle. Because I was like, you know, I need some way to determine whether or not they drop the bugs close enough for the Skulltula to come out. So if I drop them over here, right, it's not going to give me the jingle, so I would have counted that as invalid. So Kilo Hairs would have had to recatch their bugs and drop it in a better spot. What I didn't realize when I made that rule was that the check for whether or not you've dropped the bugs in the correct spot is 435 is where I want to be. 435, 161. Give me a second here. $35, 161. Just make sure I'm in a decent spot. This should be fine, I think. Let's try it, right? If I drop the bugs up here... I actually can't hear the game right now. Did you guys hear it? I'm directly above the thing right now, so you can get... I missed? Dang. I missed! How do I do this properly? I'm gonna line up so I only move in one direction at a time. So let's get 161 and then 435. Should be like right here, right? Let's try now. Did I get the jingle this time? Yes? No? I hope I did. Anyway, even if I didn't. No! What? You guys are lying to me. Let's fall down through the floor. Okay. 500, 105. Alright, we're gonna do it this time. It's gonna be real. 500, 105. 500, 105. I'm looking at the X and Z coordinates. But you figured it out by now. Is that it's only a 2-dimensional check to see if you're in range. So you can drop the bugs anywhere in a cylinder of space, directly above or below the soil patch. I don't know. Somewhere around here? Let's try it. I forgot what the numbers were already. It was like 505 something. 505, 105. Can get closer. Got him! Okay, cool. It worked this time. Yeah, so ZFG was like, does this count? Because I got the jingle. But the idea, of course, is that you have to drop the bugs in the soil patch to give them the opportunity to get the Skulltula. And the reason for that is because in the tasks here, we go to task 3. There's some lore. Let's see if I can go back to here, right? So here in the lore for task 3, says, bugs have helped Link out a ton in his speedruns lately. Link wants to give all the bugs a nice home. So the spirit of the task, of course, is that the bugs have to be able to dig into the nice soft soil patch so they can have a nice life. But yeah, so task 4 is the active one right now. This is what players are currently working on. It's called Gossip Girl. There are 9 different unique actions a Gossip Stone can do. You can talk to it. You can make it tell you the time. You can find out the secret with the Mask of Truth. You can make it wiggle or flatten or spin. It drops 2 different fairies, and you can shoot it into outer space. So you have to do all 9 of those things to the same Gossip Stone. And that is the task. And you're only allowed 1 visit of the Gossip Stone per age. So 1 is Child Link and 1 is Adult Link. So this should be a really interesting one. I think this is definitely the most complicated one so far. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that Gossip Stones are so talented. They have a lot of things they can do. It's a little bit interesting. I figured this was a good task because I've never seen anybody do this before. Try to do everything to 1 Gossip Stone. Dang! I didn't turn on the bot. I'm sorry, but OMS is you can find it at otmasterseries.com. There's no glitch restrictions on this one. Literally anything that you want to do in this one, you can do, aside from the overall rules, which are always this, no SRM. So there's 1 week left in this one. We'll have the results of this one 2 weeks from today. Submissions will close next Sunday night. And Task 5 will open next Saturday night, 1 day earlier. Do I have a list of all the tasks already? Yes, all of these tasks have been totally done for months now. Just preparing, the structure of the overall competition at this point. All right. I think that's it for the results stream for Task 3. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep streaming and just do some glitchless runs for the next 3 hours or so. But I'm going to have to close stream and open it back up again on a different version of OBS because this version of OBS was packaged together for me by Richard, who did the layouts. So I'm going to cut stream for like a minute, and then I'm going to turn stream back on my other version of OBS that has my normal stream layout. So for anyone who is leaving for now, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Otherwise, stick around for some glitchless runs.